Mama TC in the house, y'all. How you doing? I'm back, round 2, well, part 2, to the episode of regarding the Asian boycotts. Yes, the Asian boycott, chosen ones. What did I name it? Hair curses, Asian boycotts, as it relates to you and I, part 2. Okay, so what I was talking about and all that stuff I was saying, you can take it with a grain of salt. You can do with it what you will. You know, like I said, if this page is not resonating with you, then it's okay. It's really okay. What I'm saying is just, you know, there are actual curses listed in the Bible that pertain to this. And that woman I talked about in part 1, that Asian woman years ago in 2012 that had made a video, it was on Y2B, she said it. She said plainly, openly, that there's curses, and she was saying all that stuff. I couldn't believe what I was looking at when I watched that video. I don't know what happened to it today. I guess if I look it up, it might still be on tube. I don't know. But she's talking about the curses in Isaiah 3:17, which it talks about a scab on the crown. And then she's referring also to Isaiah 3:24, which says there will be an odor, a stink, and there will be baldness upon the daughters of Zion, and burning instead of beauty. What's she referring to? All I know is, you know, a lot of things in scripture is lining up. It's lining up. You know, seek your treasures in heaven, not on earth. You know, and all that stuff that I did discuss about, you know, the Moors and everything as it relates in part 1. You know, the main objective here with me is this. Like, there's nothing wrong with you pursuing businesses and discussing all that. But when we're sitting up and we're, you know, looking for it to be like a payback thing, you know, like, you know, we're going to get this, we're going to get that, and hee hee ha ha. And I get it, long overdue justice and all that, you feel a certain type of way, yeah, okay, but be careful, because the Most High wants all of us, all these things occurring is no coincidence. This is the Most High moving for us. He's moving for us. So let's not mess that up by sitting back acting all, you know, ha 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 ha, whatever, cocky. That stiff-necked he talked about, you know. In relation to that, like I was saying, the economic things going on in the country right now, looking forward to something like that when we know what has definitely happened in the past. We rise up, we had Black Wall Street, we had, you know, I forget, was it Oscarville? Was very flourishing like Black Wall Street. What happened? It ended up like Lanier. What happened to Black Wall Street? Y'all know what happened to Black Wall Street. I'm not trying to discourage you. What I'm trying to say is this. The Most High will give it to you. He will give it to you. Look for it to be given to you in Him. So you to open up your businesses in the hope in the Most High and not in blockages coming your way. Because for everything you send out, you're going to get back. That karmic effect is a spiritual thing. So if you out there trying to get it and make it work because of revenge or hate for them and disgust for them and, you know, payback and all that, then what you're going to get can just not work, because it's rooted in those things, those emotions, those negative things. So you can get it all and then it just crumble. You know, as you see their stuff fall apart, wait and just keep an eye out. The Most High is going to give it to you when He gives it to you. But you got to get it, attain everything in the right way by following the Most High in faith. Okay? So that's all I basically am really trying to say. It's not that you can't, you know, and wearing the hair thing, I already talked about that. You wear what you want. You get your braids done, you do this and do that. Just be careful, because, you know, they know exactly what they're doing in selling all this stuff. They always have known. And it's not for your betterment. It's to make money. You guys are picking up on that. We're all picking up on that. We see it. You know, Deuteronomy 28:43, we're supposedly forever cursed, it says in the word, but return to the Most High in Joel 2:13. And to reverse with repentance and confession, and you keeping in the commandments. Ain't no cursed forever. You break a curse, you can break your curses. You know, Another thing, when it comes to this whole Cyrus Carmack Belton issue, that young man did not deserve that, and I feel for his parents. Prayers go out to them. But, you know, right now, well, what happened to the focus on that being the whole reason for this boycotting? What happened to that? It's not just that. I understand it's the business element that, you know, making money off of us and then doing these things in our face. I get it. But we don't hear much about the Carmack Belton's, you know, Cyrus Carmack Belton. Cyrus Carmack Belton. Sorry, I pronounced his name wrong. We don't hear much about that being the reason. When I see videos talking about it all the time and people instigating it from another, you know, ethnicity that's not Black American. You know, this one Asian kid got on there and he said something about, well, y'all, you guys have unalived us. And he said, you know, in 2021, when everybody was saying that the virus was because of them. Now, that wasn't everybody. I don't know about you. I ain't seen no statistics. Like that girl said in the Frankie Lyman movie, I got a record player. I ain't heard no records. When did Black Americans do unalive a whole bunch of them? It wasn't in the news. And you know darn well that would have all been in the news. So I don't know what they're talking about with that one, this one kid. And it wasn't, I remember exactly who was saying it and the people that was talking about that. That was a political thing with who was in office then. And it wasn't nobody had to do with no Black American. I don't know. Show me the stats. I want to see it. Let me see it. Bring the evidence, okay? Anyway, he said that we never sent them money. Why are we supposed to be sending you money? Please tell me. The people that are very, very rich. Oh, we ain't rich. You not? You sat up there, all y'all yourselves, telling us how you make the Wi-Fi things, you know, all the technology. You're the ones that make everything. All the products are stamped with your names on it. Made here, made there, all Asia. So tell me you ain't rich. You've got, I know that there's certain trade agreements and stuff with the government. And that's, America is the, it's not really a country, it's a corporation. And so it's a business deal, transaction you made with your choice that you guys are like a new slave labor. This is something that you've chosen to do. And so when doing that, you make a lot of money over there in your own country. And you coming over here making a lot of money over here. In every city, town, state, you guys are making money. But you have targeted the Black American communities. And you make a lot of money. You didn't think we'd rise up and recognize this, but yeah, we recognize it. And it's that time because the scriptures are coming alive with all the exposure and everything. So that's what's going down. And they gaslighting, telling you this and this and that. Listen, I am not racist. I don't got no problem with any other race. I don't got a problem with the Asians. I don't. But let's keep it real with what's really going on here, okay? You can't put some other law and rule out. You got your crime hate bill and now you want to add a 2.0 to it to try to force us to purchase your stuff. That don't even sound right, and it ain't gonna fly. I know it's not gonna fly. You can't. We can buy whatever we want. And we don't have to buy. That's not hate. That's buying what we choose to buy. So that's ridiculous. So don't even worry about that when y'all see that all online. It's laughable. So it's about greed. It's about getting more and more rich. You know, and Black neighborhoods are the target. When is it enough? I mean, come on. Yeah, I don't care who's watching. Y'all setting up businesses and shops in Africa. We see what's happened with Jamaica taking over and the beaches and all that. In the U.S., just building more and more wealth, spreading your overpopulatedness over to these places, and you know, it's just more wealth being spread. And you can do that, is allowed. It's your situation, whatever. But we have the right to reserve our situation, which is our neighborhoods that we live in, to be run by us. All other ethnicities, racial groups have their own neighborhoods and they really pretty much run them. So it's ridiculous for everybody to go back and forth about this whole issue. Just do what y'all gonna do, my brothers and sisters. It's up to you. You want to take back your neighborhoods. But remember, like I said, I'm just pointing it out. There are fears about us getting another Black Wall Street back. And we know what happened with that, especially in the climate we're in right now. So just let it be in the Most High's hand. The Most High is going to see to it that you have all this, then he will do just that. You know, ain't no need to argue in the comments, because when you argue in comments, you're speaking these things into existence. And when you when you type it in, that's still like writing. Writing is like cursing, spelling is the same thing. So you're putting that into existence and it's recorded in heaven. All the negative things you're saying. I had to stop because I realized I was doing that stuff too, and I was getting all upset when I heard that boy was on a live. I was not well with that. I was like, oh, y'all lying. Da, 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 da. Same thing with that whole, Native American versus Black American Aboriginal Indian thing. Yeah, why get caught up in that stuff? Okay, well, the documented proof is already there, so I ain't saying nothing when I'm going back and forth with these people. Why? You ain't gonna prove to me nothing. Bottom line, it came out of whose mouth, and he said it don't look like Indians to me. Like, why would he say that? Anyway, let's move on to the other part of this whole thing. It used to be all about with us. Oh yeah, I got my Maze shirt on. If y'all know, it's Frankie Beverly before I love me some Maze. Yes, I do. So yeah, I'm rocking my Maze shirt. Hey, mama know what's up. Anyway, we could see a lot of things that's been going on. A lot of people are bringing into the light, talking about issues like all this culture appropriation stuff. The K-pop and Asian washing. Used to be the YT washing. Now we got to look at Asian washing. Their hair texture, they're making it change into, you hate us so much, but you rocking. Y'all can't see this. I know you seeing it because I've seen some of the videos seeing it. I laugh at this stuff because it's like, okay, I thought everybody hated us so much, but why are they doing all this? Because they don't hate us. No, in fact, they love you. Come on, think about it. You would not follow nobody around. Keep watching them Karens, and I'm talking about any other races, okay? Follow people around. You're being Karens and you're making their life difficult and you're spying and you want to see what everyone's doing all up in the business. Why? That's not hate. That's just coveting and loving somebody you so much that it hurts and you're jealous, and that's what that is. I don't know if you don't see it. I see it. I'm not mad at you. I'm just aware of it. But however, we need to watch out as a people and keep a record of our Black history, because in the future they will one day say, we created that. Think I'm lying? Y'all seen it happen before. The history was white washed. So look at this, for instance, that Red Bull dance competitions. I like looking at some of that sometime too. I love seeing, not the break dance and stuff, but when they do the freestyle. I used to love that in New York back in the day. Well, I noticed that they have some serious breakdancing competitions over there in Asia. And they're big money they're making off of that. I didn't know it goes on all, globally. They have these real big competitions. And there ain't nobody, I don't see in them videos nobody Black. Red Bull, I do see, different ethnicities there. But it's predominantly now a lot of East Asian, Asians, Indian people all up in there doing their thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. But don't forget where you got it from. And one guy said, well, black people took, culture appropriated Wu-Tang Clan. Listen, in America, we had access to those karate flicks, all different kinds. They took to it and they loved that stuff. They always gave credit back to you though. And it was just utilized, those symbols and the name and everything, and all about the karate and the style and part incorporated into their rap. That is not made by Japanese. The issue of the Wu-Tang Clan stuff, title and all that, yeah. But the rap music, they created, that's their own creation. They created that. So, and they always give credit where credit's due when it comes to that. They'll tell you the Wu-Tang Clan, so, don't even try that one. But yeah, I mean, and then now here in Japan, they're copying Black culture with 90s styles, all of it. This is just jealousy. You can't see it. I see it clearly. And it's just, I laugh. They love you. They love you. Genesis 49:8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. 49:10. The scepter shall not depart from the house of Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of his people be. That's what scripture says. Your time is coming. They all know it. Everybody love you. As much as they tell you they hate you, they lying. Talking about the historical Black college university, HBCU bands are now Asian over there in the Philippines, I think he said. The braids, they're always calling them ghetto and everything, but now you wearing grills. Asians wearing grills. Asians making their hair nappier. Asians wearing the braids like we do. With all the designs and everything. Doing all that. But you hate us. What? And then I saw them acting like the movie, doing Dreamgirls, but in Asian, cosplaying, plagiarizing. I ain't mad at you, yo. It just shows me that you really love love our people. You love us, and that's okay. But you ain't got the front no more, because we see what's going on. Do we set the tone, y'all, for everybody else? I think we do. We set the tone regarding lingo, styles, making culture. I believe that's what it is. That's what it is. And you know what? I love it. I love seeing it all. I love seeing it all, because for so long I was, I'm 61, so I seen it all. And I was born during the time when we lost Malcolm X and we lost MLK, and I saw how the country was so divided and everything. And then in the 70s, for me, let me tell you honestly, it seemed like all of that stuff stopped and things got better and everybody loved it. It was getting along. It was right after that hippie period in the 60s. We just didn't care about the stuff no more. And maybe it was the drugs. And we were talking about all the time Fifth Dimension. It was a music group, Age of Aquarius. It was a song. When the moon is in the seventh star. Fifth Dimension. Look it up. Listen to the song, The Age. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. That's what I grew up listening to. So everybody wanted that back then too. But they were practicing being in harmony and love. So we didn't deal with all this craziness that's going on today. It's come back with a serious vengeance, and it's horrible. And I'm telling you, if you are concerned about your what's going on with yourself and you're chosen, then you need to draw nigh closer to the Most High. Redemption is nigh, is what is being said again and again and again. So your redemption is at hand. And I suggested in the previous video, people getting baptized and all that. Don't walk around with hate in your heart. It's just not worth it. And stop falling into these videos with these other people that keep making them trying to antagonize you. Yeah, they said this about you, and they're saying this about you, and then, ooh, they're talking about. Listen, it's easy to get caught up in that. Oh, they lying. And then when you watch the videos and you're hearing these compilations with TikToks on them and they're saying all these things on there, it makes you get a little infuriated. Just, you know what? Just let them go. Let them go. It's, you know what? People getting paid off of you getting upset. Think about it. It's not worth it. Leave it all in the Most High's hand. Let it go. Give it to the Most High. Trust in Him. Stay in prayer. Gain this kind of relaxation from your isolation time, which is what I call my solitude, me time. Develop your relationship with the Most High. Make it stronger. Draw off of the teachings of the Christ. Yahushua Mashiach. Build yourself up in Him. That's the only way. He's the truth, the way, and the life. If you don't follow that, ain't nothing gonna prosper. No weapon formed against me shall ever prosper. But you also have to live that out. You can't let the weapons in that is going to try to make you prosper in evil. You want to prosper with the Most High in goodness. So you have to reject the wickedness, which is, and like I said, we were scattered to the four corners of the world. So everybody ain't everybody that you think they are. The seeds of Christ have been spread across the world. You don't know who's got them in there and who don't have them in there, but the tree is known by its fruit. The last thing I want to say is I took notes on the sun poisoning issue. It's coming back around because they claim, I think it's in a few days or next week, that there's, it's already going on now, Midwest, I believe, more of the heat waves. What are the stats on those people that, perished? 20,000 is the last I heard. But what is the stats on them in their, not that it really concerns me, but nationality-wise, race-wise? What were they? Were they all definitely YT? Because so many people run around saying, oh, all of them is under the curse and is, reversing on them and hee ha ha. You better stop all that. Because like I said, some of them carry the seed of Christ. And some of them are the remnants of people that have been passing for years. I said when the Moors was up there, they mixed the seed and then, it was going on for over 1,000 years. Nobody is fresh off no boat. Nobody is fresh from the jungles and was Aborigine. Listen, everybody mixed and mingled and stuff. So you need to get with that and stop Oh, it's only for this one, only for that one. Okay, well, how do you know who's who? You don't. You can't be judging a book by its cover when it walk by, because I got cousins, let me tell you, down here that, you know, they're darker than dark, and I got cousins over here that are blonde hair, blue eyes, they just now recently found out they black. Doesn't make them any different than me. They look just like my other relatives, laugh like them, talk like them, same persona. That DNA and bloodlines all up through them. I ain't trying to hear all this stuff. So don't make fun is my thing. I suggest that you do what you want to do. I'm not making fun of nobody. The Most High's promises will not be for those with evil and hate and wickedness. You still have to follow the Most High in faith and get into the 9 fruits of the Spirit and enhance them and develop them in yourself strong. And repetition is the key to gaining everything. So you stay on that one-track mind with the Most High, and the concepts of time cannot get you going in the wrong directions, forgetting this and that, and start slipping into the ways they get you. Okay? Be aware. Be mindful, though, that there is curses that say all this stuff. Things are going to reverse, and you're going to see some people go down. But don't rejoice in what's happening to them, because just as much as it's going to happen to other people, it could easily be you if you are not aligned with the Most High. You got to get aligned. Dangerous times we're in. Your salvation is at hand, is at stake. You don't want to be, you know, going off in the wrong way, and that be the reason for anything, you know. So operate how the Most High wants us to, how He expects you to. And you know this based on the Word. Many are... what? Possibly related to you, like I said, the Morse passing thing. But you know, few are chosen. Many are chosen, but few are whatever. I forget how, so I gotta look that up again. You know, I've been hearing it for months. I can't believe how I can't remember that phrase. But not everybody's chosen. And even if you are chosen, listen, I know people that are chosen that bear these marks. They bear these marks. And the crescent moon and stuff. And they're not following what they follow. So you wasting... you're being chosen. You're wasting that inner gift inside you. You think the Most High is not going to be not well with that? Oh, He is not going to be well with what people are neglecting when it comes to Him. So what was this other part I didn't mention? The Most High has revealed it all throughout exposure. Jubilees, the book of Jubilees. I talked about that in the last video. In the book of Jubilees, things will return to you by His hand, not for your own. Do not be filled with the hate and the anger. Like I said, you have to obtain what they got. I want what they have. I'm going to get that business and this and that. What happened to being concerned about Cyrus is what happened to him. You know, it's now all about opening businesses, and I see, but I said trust in the Most High for that. Put that in His hands. Because when you want to reach something in anger, you're filled with anger to have and obtain what they got. The powers that be with the will assuredly make it hard and difficult for you. And like I said, that karma effect will be because how you feel and how you obtained it by ill means gotten, whatever they say about that. Things may fail. You don't want that strike against you. So do what you're doing with the Most High running things. Operate in your faith. Operate in the 9 fruits of the Spirit. That's how you get those businesses. That's how we turn our neighborhoods around. And that's how we keep it. And no one can take it from you because it's given to you from the Most High. His rewards. And trust me, if He's done all this stuff He's been doing for us so far, why would you doubt that He can't do this for you? He can do everything for you. All things are possible through Him that believeth. Right? So align. Align with the Most High. Align with Yahushua Mashiach's teachings. Align with the Most High. You know, and I'm just a voice in the wilderness. You don't have to listen to me. You could just keep it scrolling, you know. But, you know, if you do listen to me, I got several videos here, and I talk about alignment. I talk about living in your solitude time and how to adapt to it and the things you can do. I talk about what scriptures you read and getting the Ethiopian Bible or the Apocrypha. We talk about a lot of that. Talk about the M's in the hands, which is W's and this and that. We go over all of that and what that means for you. You know, all these subjects. Been over them, done them, a lot of them, but you know, as times change, there's different things going on, and so here we are with the new stuff. So it's good to be back on here. I'm looking forward to more. I'm posting now this section, part 1, part 2, about the boycott, and what it has to do with us, and those hair curses, and you know what it is regards to us. And then I'm also posting after this holistics part 1 and part 2, and purifying the body, and what parts, those 3 parts I did briefly touch on before. 3 organs that the Most High says you have to keep clean, and why. So if you get a chance to tune into that, you'll learn a lot about some holistics that the chosen really need to bone up on, and methods, because with all that's going on with, you know, our food and everything, you need all the best information you can get, and I have some to offer because of my own experiences. So, you know, stay tuned. More's coming up. I love you guys. Love, light, and peace. Have a great evening. I am going to do some housework and stuff before I get my butt in the shower and ready for bed. Love you guys very, very much. And have a great evening. Okay, see you soon. Lady TC out. Bye.